Hello, my name is Marcus, and welcome to my channel. 34 days, my friends. We have officially 34 days until Sonic the Hedgehog 3 releases in theaters. I know that we are all super excited. We cannot wait to get our whistles filled and quenched when we all come together and conclude the first trilogy of Sonic the Hedgehog movies. But as we all know, as hype as we are for this movie, we are always looking towards the horizon, towards the future, to what's coming next. We all know that Sonic the Hedgehog has a rich history of story, content, and characters. So what we all want to know now, what character is going to be revealed at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The developers have already come out and said, just like with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3, we got Tails and Shadow, respectively. What classic Sonic character is going to be revealed at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 3? I think today we are going to go through a list of potential characters of who it could possibly be. So let's get right to it, my friends. Now, introducing our potential characters for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Our first selection, Chaos. Game of Origin, Sonic Adventure. What better way to start off a new trilogy of Sonic the Hedgehog movies by introducing the water creature that lives inside of the Master Emerald, Chaos. I can see it now. Dr. Eggman is recovering from his defeat in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and he come across ancient plans of the ancient Echidna tribe where to actually utilize the true power of the Master Emerald and the monster that sleeps inside of it. Chaos. The movie progresses with both our heroes and Eggman racing to collect the Chaos Emeralds, while Sonic and Co. fight the different stages of Chaos as they complete their collection of Chaos Emeralds, and then Chaos and Eggman proceed to steal them as they are collecting them, with a conclusion of Chaos achieving his perfect form by obtaining all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and the foolish Dr. Eggman thinking that he would be able to control the monster, with Chaos easily using his mouth beam to destroy the egg carrier or whatever egg machine that he has in his possession while attempting to control Chaos. And then Sonic is able to master the positive energy of the Chaos Emeralds and take down Perfect Chaos with the team of a combined ship of Tails, Knuckles, possibly Shadow. Maybe an introduction of Tikal would be necessary to be able to explain the necessary origins to be able to neutralize Chaos into submission, to bring back the peaceful side of him. This would be a brilliant story. Honestly, this is one of the best Sonic stories in existence, and we might not get it for Sonic 4, but I'd be shocked within this next trio of Sonic movies if we eventually do not see this story come to the silver screen. Our next selection, Silver the Hedgehog, first appearance, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2006. Easily the most controversial choice for our list. Whether you enjoyed Sonic the Hedgehog through 2006 or you did not, personally, it is very far from my favorite Sonic game. It introduced us some pretty cool elements and ideas. Ultimately, I wasn't the biggest fan of the story per se, but I definitely appreciate for what it attempted to do. It was the first PlayStation 3 game that I ever played. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I never expected to really go through the exact story again. I would love to see the inclusion of Silver the Hedgehog and Blaze the Cat from the future. We would have to get a rewrite of the origins of Iblis, and we would definitely need to include the sacrifice of the Iblis trigger, make the story make sense. But unfortunately, I don't think there's any way you introduce Princess Elise and that love arc into the movie verse of this franchise. It would make sense. I don't think this is not what we're here for. Movie Sonic doesn't seem like the type of character that's actually looking for love. It just doesn't feel like it, man. Honestly, that's why I think we still to this day haven't gotten an introduction of Amy Rose yet. So, movies are being garnered towards children and about the adventure style and about the core basis of Sonic's personality. Sonic has never seemed like the person that is specifically looking for a love life. That's just never been him. Listen, and don't let me be the one to take that away from you. I'm sure there are thousands of fans that would love to see that love story come to the silver screen. Unfortunately, personal opinion, I'm just not one of them. That's all it is to it. Our next selection, Rouge the Bat, Game of Origin, Sonic Adventure 2. I'm still kind of find it hard pressed to not consider Rouge being a part of this movie. Kind of find it difficult to explain Shadow's origin story without including that character. I mean, in Sonic Adventure 2, her, Shadow, and Eggman teamed up to gather the Chaos Emeralds to power the Eclipse Cannon. Rogue was working as a double agent for the gun government organization, and honestly, she was actually the one that recruited Shadow to the gun organization to work after the events of Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes. So I'm still holding out hope. Honestly, I would love to see her make an appearance. Maybe they've just kept her secret for the promotional imagery of the movie. I think she needs to be a part of this film to, conclude Shadow's origin story. It makes sense to me. Hopefully, we don't know for sure if she's not going to make an appearance or not. We're just going to have to wait and see. But if nothing else, she most certainly needs to make an appearance in Sonic the Hedgehog 4. If nothing else, she is the perfect conduit that bounces off of Knuckles' personality and Shadow's personality, respectively. You got to have her. You really do. Now for our next selection, and honestly my personal choice, Metal Sonic, Game of Origin, Sonic City. I already have a story written up for it, man. So after the defeat of Shadow and Eggman, Eggman has finally gathered enough DNA from Sonic and Shadow, respectively, to create the ultimate Badnik. The only thing he has to do is to put together the DNA and all of his most advanced robotics to create the perfect replica of Sonic, to even make him better. Metal Sonic. This will probably also be the perfect opportunity to introduce Amy into the mix as well. You can have them both technically come from the past and have Amy trying to escape from Metal Sonic. Then you can have Sonic jump into the fray as always, trying to be the hero, where he first encounters Metal Sonic from the future, manipulating the power of the Time Stone, of course, at which point the first encounter does not go well at all. Sonic has to go back to the drawing board and team up with his cohorts, Tails and Knuckles, to try to take down this ultimate Badnik. It is a long and hard-fought battle, but ultimately with teamwork and perseverance, Sonic is barely able to come out on top, but not without some scrapes and bumps along the way. The only thing I could see maybe holding this storyline back is it's basically the classic clone Sonic story, where we're already getting the present Sonic clone story. We all love Shadow, but ultimately we have to accept that Shadow is still technically a clone of Sonic the Hedgehog, Metal Sonic the same. That's where we get some of our best Sonic storylines, is when you pit him against somebody that's as fast, if not faster, than him, and he has to utilize his wit to come out on top. That's what it is. That's how it's been for the past 30 years. Now, for our final selection, and quite frankly, should not be a surprise that anybody that is a Sonic fan or that has watched this whole video, Amy Rose, the fourth member that would conclude Team Sonic of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Game of Origins, also Sonic CD. You can take any of the core Sonic experiences to have introduced Amy in there, starting with Sonic 2, in my opinion. I believe you could have introduced her with Tails. I kind of understand why they did not. They wanted to focus on Tails and Sonic's relationship first, establish that they are best friends. Could have also introduced her in Sonic 3 as well, when you're introducing Knuckles. Kind of understand that as well. They wanted to take that moment to establish the rivalry between Sonic and Knuckles, its core, and very important to establish the core friendship between the three main characters. This fourth entry, we are introducing Shadow. I was kind of saddened that she wasn't involved in the promotional imagery. She, in my opinion, is just as important to the Sonic story as Shadow is. She is a core member of Sonic's party. She definitely has had her questionable story arc moments. They've kind of gotten away from the crazy stalker girlfriend type that they had her introduced as, in Sonic CD and Sonic Adventure. She has matured into a reliable teammate of Sonic's. She has matured into just a cool combatant of a character, especially when she utilizes her Pico Pico hammer. Definitely one of my favorite character arcs and developments in the entire Sonic franchise. Again, I found it weird that she hasn't been involved in any of the promotional imagery for this movie. I mean, honestly, if we think about Sonic Adventure 2, she was the voice of reason that was able to convince Shadow to abandon his plans to destroy the world for revenge for the death of Maria. It's just weird who's going to be that voice of reason for Shadow to kind of get him to turn over and come back to the side of the light instead of being hell bent on revenge. It sucks. As an old school Sonic fan, you need that. You really do, to bring that story point home that, like, hey, all of these core characters are integral to this story to help, turn the tide of the battle, turn the tide of the war, to bring a positive outcome to the story. And with that, my friends, should conclude our list of characters most likely to appear as a secret at the end of Sonic 3 and who is definitely going to appear in Sonic 4. My personal choice, Metal Sonic. If I had to take an educated guess, Amy Rose, 1000%. Now, what I want to know now is, what character do you think is going to make an appearance? Could it be Silver? Could it be Rogue? Could it be Chaos? Metal Sonic, Amy? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know your opinion. So if you enjoyed this little video of mine, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to hit that like button. I appreciate that. Also, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. We are huge fans of Sonic the Hedgehog over here. We are counting down the days patiently, awaiting December 20th when the movie finally releases and we are back in Sonic movie heaven once again. So you can follow me at youtube.com/marjack79. I'm also on the Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, I will see you guys on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.